Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series for Civilization 6, playing through the new Frontier Pass. Today, we're going to be taking on Ethiopia, which is the newest civilization they've added in the newest patch here. We are not turning on any game modes like Apocalypse Mode or Secret Societies. We will play with those at some point, but I want to do a vanilla run-through with Ethiopia, kind of just as they are. So here we are. We're going to play, obviously, on Deity difficulty, standard game speed, standard size map. We're going to try small continents. I don't know if I've played it. Just try it out. I am going to move the new world age up to new, though, because it's going to give us more hills, volcanoes, and mountains, which is good for Menelik. So why not? Let's give us a little bit of extra boost there. I never usually play with these sliders, but we'll try it out this time around. That's about everything else. Here is the game seeds. If you want to play along or look, kind of load these up as well. You have those available to you. So let's jump into the game. Once we get in the game, we'll go over what Menelik's abilities are. Let's go, Sean Bean. Tell us what we got. Loading. Please wait.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Menelik II, great king and emperor. You have a vision for your people. You will build both friendships and factories, alliances and railways, and use your wits and your wisdom to bring Ethiopia into a bright and free future.
There we go. Love his hat. It's cool. Looking good, Mr. Menelik II. I like the fact that this is they lowercase the second I. It's obviously just a formatting kind of automation there. Like I said, we'll get into the abilities here in just a moment. Let's jump into the game, see what we're dealing with. Oh wow, tiny little landmass, lots of hills, lots of mountains, lots of volcano. Well, at least one volcano, but lots of hills for sure. But it's a tiny little island here, so what to see. Let's jump into Menelik II and Ethiopia's abilities. First off, we have Council of Ministers. Receive science and culture equal to 15% of your faith generation and cities founded on hills. We want to put all of our cities that we can on hills so they just automatically get 15% science and culture based on our faith. We're obviously building holy sites as the first district we build in every city, because that's automatically going to give us science and culture. Can't go wrong with that. Aksumite Legacy. Ethiopia's international trade routes grant 0.5 faith per resource at the origin. Improved resources provide +1 faith for each copy the city owns. So we want to get a bunch of copies of resources within a city, I guess it doesn't really matter that they all be in the same city, because it's just every copy that the city owns, no matter where the city's at, no matter how many they have, just gives you +1 faith. Can purchase archaeological museums and archaeologists with faith. So this is where I hinted at, if you saw the end of my last series with Grand Columbia, I mentioned that I had not decided what victory type we're going for yet. Obviously, faith, there's faith everywhere. Religious victory, it does seem like an obvious choice. But this little bit here where we can get extra culture from faith, as well as archaeological museums, archaeologists with faith, plus we can buy great people with faith and lots of other things with that. I might try for a culture victory, just because. I'm thinking culture victory might be kind of fun with this guy. We have the Oromo Cavalry, Ethiopian unique medieval era light cavalry unit, stronger and greater sight than the Corsair, which it replaces. Receives no movement penalty for moving on hills. So it will help us defend ourselves a little bit, get our units from one side of our civilization to another, things like that. And then we have the Rock-Hewn church. These things look amazing. I love these things. Probably one of the coolest looking improvements in the game. I actually had to go look up pictures of these in real life, and they're out there. They exist. Which obviously all of these things in Civilization are based off actual things, but just the way these things look, it's just incredible. Unlocks the builder ability to construct a Rock-Hewn church, unique to Ethiopia. Makes sense. +1 faith, and then +1 faith for every adjacent mountain and hills tile. We have a lot of hills right now, plus a few mountains. Going to be pretty good. Provides tourism after researching flight from faith, and then +1 appeal, can only be pillaged, never destroyed by natural disaster, so we stick it next to a volcano. It's not going to go away completely. It'll just get pillaged. It can only be built on hills or volcanic soil, not adjacent to another rock-hewn church. We're going to have to spread these out a little bit. But again, culture. We're going to get some tourism from this. So that is where I'm thinking. I think culture victory is what we're going to be focusing on. Surprisingly, there's no volcanic soil right here. But there are hills. So, we want to start... I think we want to start on the Plains Hills over here. And the reason we want to do that is because we get a little extra production from starting on Plains Hills versus anything else. Now, we'll pull us away from the stone here. But not too bad. And it will also cost us a turn. But we're going to get that turn back in how much more production we're going to get from that tile. I mean, I don't know if there's either one of these makes a difference one way or the other. We'll move you down here. If we come down here, we can start working the wine pretty quickly. It'll put us central. Not a coastal city, so we won't get that boost, but I think that's probably okay. We're going to be surrounded by cliffs, so it's going to be a little bit defensive. Let's just put you right smack dab in the middle. Be able to get the wine right away. I think that's going to be okay. This is Plains, right? I did not... Yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah, I've discovered Europe. This is what Europe looks, guys. In case any of you guys were under the misconception that Europe looked different. Alright, here's our city. Again, cost us a turn, but we're going to get that extra production right away, which will make up for that a little bit. I think we want to go for astrology as soon as humanly possible. And that is what we're going to do. We are going to come over here and we are going to work on that, lock that in, because we want the extra food to grow as quickly as possible. The second tile we work, let's see. It might be the production one over here, but we'll find out. Normally I go for a scout early, but I actually feel like we're going to be on a pretty small landmass. I'm actually going to go for the monument right away. It's not what I normally do, but I'm thinking this landmass might be a little small. Tons of hills. Man, this is a rocky terrain. We're going to have lots of fun with that. Would love to find a natural wonder, which, I mean, that's obviously the scout would help with that. Got some bananas, lots and lots of hills. Maybe we tweaked this map too much in our favor. Lots of good spots for some cities on a bunch of these hills. Be able to put some rock-hewn churches around, surrounded by hills. These umlauts. That doesn't feel very Ethiopian. I mean, umlauts you see in German a lot. This doesn't look very German to me. This, for some reason, even though it almost looks like Norwegian, like the way it's spelt. But does Norway have umlauts like the Norwegian? I know, like I said, I know that Germany does, but I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. It might be Germany. We had Germany in our last game. Already got to 2 pop. Hello, Bandar Brunei. How did we discover you? I don't see any of your units nearby. I'm not going to complain. I'm appreciating discovering you getting us a little extra gold in our capital. And in every market. Oh, I've never seen that before, that they added that extra in every market and lighthouse building. Is that new, or is that always been there? Destroy barbarian outpost within 5 tiles. So there is a barbarian outpost out here somewhere. Let's be a little cautious of that. Huh. Okay, nothing yet. Alright, there's our monument. So we're going to get some early culture here, which is great. Let's pop out a cellar real quick. I'm going to have to be a little careful, because obviously I know there are barbarian encampments somewhere nearby. Okay, this volcano is now active. Maybe once it erupts, we'll get some volcanic soil. Not that we need it again. We have plenty of hills. Alright, do I want to swap off astrology or not? I'm going to grab you, because I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with that soon. I'm also going to grab God King for the extra gold and faith. Get us a pantheon as quickly as possible. Start working on foreign trade. Trade is going to be a big key part of our strategy. Genghis Khan, hello, sir. It is an honor to meet you. We will love to sample your hospitality. I mean, could be a little scary. We'll see. We'll see. Love to get... Okay, I need to start bringing this warrior back home. Just to kind of help protect my city a bit more. So let's bring you back up this way. I meant to swap up astrology, I think. Did I? I really think we have to have astrology. It would have been nice to find the natural wonder, but normally I try and swap off these things. But we have a plan. We need to get our faith engine up and running. And so I don't want to wait on the chance that we don't find a natural wonder. I mean, there's a few other things we can be a little bit more flexible with as far as how much we wait versus how much we don't, things like that. This housing is not going to matter because we are about to get us a settler. And here comes astrology.
A physician without a knowledge.
There we go. How soon do we get the Rock-Hewn churches? It must be in the culture side of things. Unless we get them from the beginning, which I suppose is possible. I would imagine they're pretty early, so don't see them. Let's find out. Ethiopia. Rock-Hewn churches. Drama and poetry. Oh, it's right there. I didn't even see it. Relatively early, but we do have a little bit of time to wait, so it's not like we're missing out on anything right this second. I just wanted to double check that key point. We'll work on pottery. We've already got the boost of writing. We might go towards that direction. I think we can afford to switch off of foreign trade. There's a good chance we will discover a second continent at some point. If we don't, we don't, and we'll just go from there. I'm going to go ahead and grab us a slinger. I know that there's some baddies somewhere nearby. Is this a hill? This is a plains hill. I think this is an excellent tile to work on. Or to plop our city on. A little bit of food nearby, not a lot. Once it expands out to bananas, it'll be fine. And plus, it's got a couple of fish and stuff. Crabs and fish and things. Mountains nearby, lots of hills. Again, we kind of tweaked the map. But that's okay. Sometimes it's good to play at the kind of min-max. I mean, if you're not going to have fun with the civilizations, what's the point, right? So, I think it's going to be good for us. To be careful with these cities down here, because again, Mongolia we know can be incredibly aggressive early on. I should have sent him delegation early on. I will go ahead and send him one now. Yeah, so he's not going to like it. He's going to be against me pretty quickly here. We'll have to be careful. We have to start figuring out what we want to do about that. Do I want to go ahead and get the holy site up and running? Go for the monument. I do want my borders to grow. I mean, the holy site will also get us culture. I would like to get at least some adjacency from it. So we'll start with the monument for now. Actually, you know what? We're going to start with a slinger. I just have a feeling about Mongolia. Somebody told me that Mongolia is a bit aggressive. I'd love to go for the builder. I am going to go ahead and pop a holy site down. +1 here. About as good as it's going to get, honestly. Based on what we see around us. So I think this is going to be fine. Let's get this up and running. Alright, craftsmanship we can swap off of now. What are we more likely to get? I'll check that here in just a second. Let's go ahead and get... let's actually get sailing. We might be stuck on our little island for a little bit. I think I'm going to go for foreign trade. We're more likely to improve 3 tiles than we are to find a second continent when we start off on an island this small. There's a hut. Lots of mountains. I mean, this is such mountainous terrain. It's so hilarious. Almost too much. It's going to be hard to grow. We're going to have a lot of production, just not a lot of growth. Hey, new pop. That's helpful, actually. Actually, early game, a new pop is one of the most helpful things you can get, I think. Really gives you a lot of big leg up. Although the fact that we're now housing kept, a bit problematic, but we'll deal with that as time goes by. I mean, popping out an early galley would be pretty useful for helping us discover a few things. Let's go ahead and swap that in. All the rest of the stuff I think is okay. I mean, at some point we want to switch to production urban planning, but I want my pantheon first. We're close. Start working on early empire. We're actually one pop away, which we'll have in 2 turns. So that extra pop that we got from that hut, really, really helpful for that type of thing. Do we have a trade route capacity? Don't know if we can get a trade route to Bandar Brunei yet or not. We'll have to see. We can at least get an internal trade route. So that is an option. Alright. Again, getting our faith engine up and running is really key. Getting trade up and running. The sooner you get trade up and running, usually the better. Let's get trader first. I think either answer is the correct one. We'll just go that route though. With all these hills, it might be good to get us some internal trade routes to get us some roads coming in. Bandar Brunei has a lot of units. Alright, I mean, at least one good thing about being on this tiny little island is that it is defensible. We can stick a unit right here and really defend off against this pretty heavily.
Vessels large may venture more, but little boat.
Alright, let's go for... I'm going to start working our way towards archery. Again, Mongolia scares me a bit. So I think we really need to push towards that. We are housing capped. Let's work on the granary. It's kind of important. Really not a lot going on here. I'm not sure what... Did he already get rid of his... Oh, his quest is gone. So that whatever that encampment was is gone now. So with that being in mind, we're just going to move this slinger back down this way. And that'll be okay. I mean, being in the city versus being over here, really not much of a difference. This just gives a little bit more vision. So I'm just going to stick you right here on this little jungle hill tile. You can be very, very tough to kill. And I think that'll work for us. You are also very much housing capped. So I think we need to go for the granary pretty quickly here. Holy Start prayers would be good. Get us a religion. I mean, I don't want to go with the religion game, but that doesn't mean I don't want to get a religion. That being said, a settler would also help our housing problem. And we really want to start pumping out the cities as much as possible. Alright, let's get this warrior down this way. We can get some golden faith from Karakorum, and it will actually get us a trade route, or sorry, a road through our city. I think that is actually what we want to do. Okay. There we go. There's a pantheon. Tundra? Nope. Desert? I mean, there's a little bit, but not enough. Nope. Rainforests? Maybe. We actually have a holy site here next to a rainforest there. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something. River goddess? Nope. There's just not enough rivers. There's a couple, but there's, well, I say a couple. There's one, so definitely not. Wonders can be useful. Probably not. Divine Spark is very useful for going to culture game. I know so is Monument to the Gods, to be fair, but we'll come back to those. Marsh, Oasis, Desert, no. Fishing boats, could be useful. Pastures, no. Camps, no. Quarries, 246, 6 faith right off the bat. Is Gypsum a quarry? I don't think so. I think it's just a pure mine. But, I mean, 6 faith is 6 faith. That's a lot of faith this early in the game. Now, later on in the game, it'll die off a bit. 2 faith from mines over luxury and bonus resources could come into play. We got some copper. Again, the gypsum in that case. Improved strategic resources, not bad. Plantations, there could be a couple with bananas and things. Don't care. I don't really want that one. I don't want this one. Don't really want God of War. Fertility rights, always good. City, patron goddess, pretty good. Faith goddess. 2 faith from tiles with breathtaking uphill. 2 faith from geothermal fissures and volcanic soil. I mean, we don't have any volcanic soil yet because I don't think the volcano has actually erupted. That could be pretty good. How is the appeal? Can we see appeal? Breathtaking are going to be all these dark ones, right? Yes. Breathtaking, breathtaking, breathtaking. I mean, some of these are mountain tiles, but there's a few not mountain tiles. There's several. What's that one? Is that one just... That one's breathtaking. There's a lot of breathtaking appeal here. That one might be what we want. That's a lot of breathtaking tiles. I think this is going to give you the most. There's a lot of really good ones. I love the builder. I love a lot of things. City growth is great. But city growth is going to be hard anyway because of just where we're at. I think we take Earth Goddess. I've never taken Earth Goddess before, but we have a lot of breathtaking tiles. Why not? It plays right into what we want to do. Faith. Look at there. Already. Couple faith from there. Couple faith from there. I mean, look at that. Already. 2, 4, 6, 8 faith tile on our tiles already. And there's more to get. So I think that was the right move. And we're not working those tiles right this second, but they're available to us. I think that was the right move. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I'm pretty happy with that. Get us a decent amount of faith for our engine, which is important. And that's the key thing about Ethiopia, is the fact that their engine is faith-based. That means that Addis Ababa could produce 500 faith per turn. I mean, it's not going to, but let's just, for sake of argument, 500 faith per turn just from Addis Ababa. Well, guess what? All my other cities get to use that faith. So whatever our global faith is, all of our cities get to dip into that pool. So individual city production is almost irrelevant in some ways. It's really about that faith generation that we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with. Now, we are very slow on the growth right now. Might want to get you to do us a builder as well. In fact, I might have ought to have done a builder before I did anything else. 10 turns. We are probably going to be in a dark age. I'm okay with that. I love going from dark age to heroic ages. Those are always fun to do. You are really struggling to get down here, my friend.
I am fond of pigs.
Camps, pastures, horses.
Dogs look up to us.
Allows us to harvest.
It was luxuries like air conditioning that brought down.
So we do have access to, we can purchase things. Cheaper production on settlers. We're going to pop out a couple more settlers real quick and in a hurry. I think this is a good idea. I'll help that one up, and I think we're going to, actually, you know what, we are just going to switch to one right here. Now that we have that going, we're going to get us a couple more cities. We're going to get one up this way maybe, one down this way. It's only going to give us 4 cities from the beginning, but I think we need to establish ourselves pretty heavily here. Let's start working towards archery. We're probably going to jump off of that before we get to the end. Mysticism is probably a really good idea for us to start working towards a religion. I want a religion to supplement our stuff. It's probably not going to be what we focus on primarily. Working on moksha and getting down to allowing to purchase with faith can be pretty useful. I mean, to be fair, a lot of his other ones are less relevant to what we're trying to do. Pangala can be good. Reina can be good. I mean, just getting Amani over here in Bandar Brunei can be useful too. I think we're going to go Liang. I always like early Liang. She's usually pretty good. Magnus is pretty good early on, but let's just get some builder charges going for us. I do think we will go to Moksha at some point, but I don't think that's what we're going to do right this second. Already making 10 faith per turn. Not bad. Not bad at all. And that's going to give us an extra, you know, science and culture just from that already. Actually, you know what? I might stick you. Let's bring this warrior down. I'm actually going to stick you right there. Help defend against anything coming up from that way. Oh, that's going to be okay. Oh, Mongolia pushing in pretty hard. Did he take all of the good spots down this way? He did. We may have to go to war with Mongolia pretty early on. It's not ideal. It's definitely not what we wanted to do. Couple wonders done. Do we have no space for 2 cities up here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have no space for a couple. Maybe one out here, one up, something like that. We'll figure it out here in a minute. Oh, Mongolia. Mongolia. Of all the people it could be, why did it have to be him? Oh, Kupe, hello. Let's make sure we try and be friends with him. That's not what I wanted. Mongolia's gonna be trouble. I know it. Alright, settler is done. We are going to have growth issues still. We do need to get a builder out as soon as possible, but I also think we need to deal with our growth issues. Let's get the granary out now. We don't have enough room for a 5th settler at the moment, so I think we're going to hold off on that. One of these 2 tiles. This is saying it's a pretty good tile, which if we did that one, we'd have to settle here right next to the volcano, which is okay. Yeah, let's just go up that way. It's gonna have horses, it's gonna have crabs, it's gonna have sheep. I think that is a really good tile we want to take, and then we'll just settle for the one down here somewhere.
I practice militant mysticism.
Can't go for the great profit points yet. I guess we're just gonna take craftsmanship. I mean, it's fine. We haven't done a builder yet. I don't feel the need to push towards this until we can get 3. So let's hold on to our envoy for right now. How bad is your military? I mean, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong, to be fair. I was going to swap off archery, but honestly, with how strong he is, maybe we kind of need to go ahead and get archery knocked out, because that way this unit can shoot from up there.
Without craftsmanship, inspiration is a mere...
How much longer till we get our other set? We got 9 turns, so we kind of need that still in there for the moment. We'll go and grab state workforce. We did end up getting our naval ship, which we probably should here in a minute. I mean, I think this is fine. I don't think any of these are going to make much difference versus what we're doing at the moment. So I think we're just going to leave the naval ship in there. We will probably switch over to that at some point. We're just going to upgrade these archers. Gives us a little bit more presence. You're actually friendly with me. Alright, that sets me a little bit more at ease. I mean, I still hate the fact that he pushed up here, but I mean, how much choice does he have? It's literally right next to his capital. Not a big surprise. But that gives me a little bit more ease that we can stay friends for a little bit longer. We're not going to have to worry about him coming after us. At least not right now. There's our Dark Age, which is perfectly fine. I'm really happy. I'm honestly really happy with that. We'll just go free inquiry. I usually like to go free inquiry a lot. Yeah. It's usually easiest for me to lock those in. There's Oracle. Would be pretty amazing. 29 turns though. That's a lot of turns to sink into something like that. It's either a builder or shrine. Let's get the builder first, because while the builders run around doing stuff, we can be working on the shrine afterwards. In fact, for the first time, I don't usually do the queues. That's not what I wanted. But I'm just going to lock this in just so I know what my plan was. There's nothing wrong with the queues. The queues are amazing. But I usually like to kind of think about, like, what's the situation at any given point in time? And go look at that. Change things as I go. Work on mining. If we get these two cities set up, I'll feel a bit happier.
A strong economy begins with a
Government
strong,
plaza,
well-educated
unit maintenance,
workforce.
production. The unit maintenance will help a little bit. Until we know for sure we're building the ships. We'll do that. Start working towards political philosophy, even if we don't meet 2 more city-states, which is unfortunately unlikely that we will not. I think that's going to be a good idea for us. This could actually turn into some gold, pretty good at gold early on if Mongolia starts sending trade routes through to us. I'm actually going to grab this. I have a feeling if he does send a trade route to anywhere up here, it's going to go through Mekelle. 4 turns on our next settler. Bandar Brunei is getting in our way up here. Come on, Bandar. We will have to stick it on... Oh no, I thought that was stone. Okay. The stone's right there, so now we're going to be fine. Move up this way. Could stick it over here on the horses, I suppose. Be an interesting idea. Also tuck it back there against the mountains, but I think I'd like to leave that open for a really good, amazing holy site.
Deserves more credit than the...
Truth be told, we have a lot of hills, but we don't actually have a lot of land, which means we're actually not going to get as many Rock-Hewn churches as I might have hoped. Maybe we should have done small continents. I mean, can't really change it now, but, you know, something to think about. I would like to work towards celestial navigation. We're going to be putting more harbors than commercial hubs because we want to try and save as much of our land as possible. So I think harbors is the way we're going to go. I think this early stone right here, especially with a 2 faith, is a really good idea. All right, you were going to try and move up to there, I believe. So I'm going to chill for just a tick, and we'll move you up there next turn. Or they're just going to be in my way. Because it doesn't really matter, I'll move you there, give me a little bit of options. Settler is done. Let's go ahead and finish off the granary, because we do know we're going to have some growth troubles real soon in a hurry. Start moving you to there, right next to the volcano. 2, 3, and 2. That's pretty good little tile there. Okay, a little builder. Yeah, honestly, hooking up the other stone's probably not a bad idea. It's got 2 food on it, which is pretty solid. Okay, there we go. That's what we wanted. Apadana, Great Lighthouse, Governor established. I didn't get any gold yet, but he may just not have a trade route going out at the moment. Why can you not move there? Okay, we'll move there. We'll figure. Oh, there must be a unit there that we cannot see. Still can't move there. You can move there. Move there. We'll figure that out in a minute. You're gonna go ahead and settle there. And oh, let's see. It's already got 2 faith on it though. But it is a +3. Oh, there's a +3 right there that has no faith on it, so that actually might be worthwhile. Let's go for the monument first, so we can get some good border growth here. I mean, we're gonna need the granary real quick though, to be fair. But I think we're just gonna accept the fact that our cities are gonna be a little small. Alright, because it's more important to set the city up than putting the land there. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to swap them this next turn. Spain! There's another guy that's early. You know, it's going to be really pushing the faith stuff a lot, so... Interesting. Man, Bendar, you've got a lot of units. Alright, Shrine is done. Really start pushing our faith up quite a bit, which is helping our science and culture. Not a ton, but it's helping. How are you? There must be a city up here that I can't see. I think once we get this city set up, it'll help. But wow, that's interesting. Which actually does tell me we... Well, no, the monuments can help a little bit, so we're going to be fine. I might have to move a governor up there, though. We'll check here in just a second. Early governor plaza could be useful. Another builder. Actually, let's do another builder since we have Liang. Mind blanked her name for a second. So we have her there. How much are you losing per turn right now? It's a lot, actually. I think we are going to have to move Reina up to there. Oh, it's also partly because we're in the Dark Age. Oh, can we see, actually? No, we can't see who's... Oh, there it is. It's Spain. Okay. Fair enough. So he must be just right over here. His cities are not that far away. What is it, like 8 tiles or something like that? I forget what the distance is for loyalty influence. I'm less worried about your borders, so we're going to go straight into the granary first. Alright, so we got 2 more builds left with you. Let's just go and hook up this stone because that's going to help that city. I just don't think we're going to see 3 city-states. I really want to get up to the next government. Oh, hello, let's go ahead. Play nice. We'll play nice with everybody we can. Got the granary, it's going to help. Early holy site, I do want that. I'd like to just grow out to that, though. Work on a monument. Alright, I'm going to unlock this tile. Just let it, I mean, I assume it's going to work there anyway, but just to get that freed up. You know, we should improve 2 sea resources if we can get out to them. It's going to be easier said than done, isn't it? There's one there. There's not a second one, like, really close. There's one there. Yeah, we'll swap off that here in a turn, because I think we will get enough of those in a reasonable amount of time. Speaking of which, you, Mr. Builder, are going to come down here and hook that up right away. We'll go ahead and swap off Celestial Navigation. Let's backtrack to something else. Come over to Masonry. Allows us to harvest stone if we want to. I don't know that we will, but at least gives it as an option. Tempted to do another builder right away, and I think that's a good idea. Just to get all of our cities kind of a couple tiles that they can work. I think we want to go for the growth spot. Maybe. I only got 1 build left. Let's just come up here and hook up the copper. That's a tile that we're going to be working anyway. Temple of Artemis, great library. That's the story of Deity. Just don't get your hopes set on too many wonders. Unless you steal them yourself. Trading post, good stuff. Now I definitely want to be trying to push up towards a heroic age here. I mean, it's 20 points away, which is a lot, but that would be really, really good to have. All right, I think we continue to go towards the Karakorum side of things. It's going to give us the most gold right now, some little bit of faith, things like that. About to get political philosophy, which will help a lot. Oh, there's a sea resource right there. Very good. That'll be our second one. I didn't want to delay that too long because we definitely want to get some harbor set up.
Divide and rule, Assam.
We're not really going to go for wonders. The first part of this is really good, but the second part not so much. Don't really need the experience from the military, so I think Classical Republic is what we want. Don't need the settlers anymore. I should have dropped off that sooner. +1 production in all cities is helpful. We only have 1 trade route. I mean, 2 gold early in the game is pretty good. We are doing a builder, but it's not critical, super urgent, fast, whatever. So we can probably hold off on that a little bit. I think we'll just go for the trade routes. I mean, it's only 2 gold right now. 2 gold's 2 gold. It adds up. I mean, the faith and gold in the capital could also be another alternative. That actually might be better. I mean, it's still... If we had 2 trade routes, I think I would do this one. But this is basically one of each type, and the faith adds to science and culture as well. We don't know of any more, so just getting some more influence points right now would be better. And then what do we want to do over here? 75% science in cities with a holy site. That's pretty useful because we're going to have a couple holy sites plopped down pretty quick and in a hurry. Could also just go for the great profit points. Get us a religion. Let's do that. As long as there's religions out there to grab. It's already 3 religions done. Wow. So there's really not a lot of religions left to grab. So I think it is critical for us to try and work towards that. Drama and poetry lets us get our Rock-Hewn churches right away. We're not going to get a wonder anyway, so I think this is a good one just to go ahead and just work on, lock in, be done. How far away are we from a... What am I looking for? I'm looking for great people. Oh my goodness. Okay, Spain's already got one. It's possible this person's already got one, so we don't have to worry about them. We would be, according to this, 3rd at the moment. Oh, we can get one now. I think we have to. I think, even though we're not going to pretend, probably not going to go religion game, I still think it's important to go get a religion. In that case, we don't need that. That government. We'll swap up that here in a minute. I should have checked that first. I still actually think one more builder. I know I keep doing a lot of builders, but just to make sure we're covered in all of our cities, especially we're about to do the Rock-Hewn churches. I feel like that's important. Okay, yeah, there we go. It automatically booted it out. That's really good for us. Okay, well, in that case, let's just grab the extra science. I know it's less culture, which if we're going for a culture game seems backwards, but just getting a little bit upfront early science is going to be helpful, I think. The culture is not going to make that much difference right away. I say that. 75% more. But only in one city, which is our capital, which is the one that's currently sitting on 6.7. I think this is better for us than it's worse. We're at 9.9 and 9.3. We'll find out. Maybe it's mistaken. If so, we'll swap off of it. We lost 2.2 science culture, and we gained 5. Just basically right at 5 science. I think that works out better for us. Just for a little bit, not forever, obviously. We want the culture back, but just for a little bit.
Is a tall ship.
Okay, that's good. All right. Hello, Simon Peter. Let's see. We'll go for Protestantism. Simon Peter. Interestingly enough, it wasn't Peter that actually talked to the guy from Ethiopia that spread Christianity in Ethiopia, was it? It was one of the apostles. I don't remember which one. I was actually just reading about it yesterday. I just don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Peter. I think it was one of the other guys, but still, it's kind of interesting. I'm sure Peter was at least tangentially involved. All world wonders provide +4 faith. Not probably going to be relevant. Relics could be useful because if we're going to go for the tourism game, getting some relics and getting tourism from them could be useful. Oh, and we're not going to get a ton of faith adjacency. A little bit extra production is always useful. International trade routes provide +1 gold for every temple and shrine in the origin city. Trade is a big thing for us. May purchase campus. Oh no, this is it. Theater square buildings with faith. I think this is it. +1 slot for religious art. Maybe. I definitely want to get the building. This is pretty early. Lay ministry is pretty good for us as well from what we're doing. I like the cathedral. If we don't get the cathedral, I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good one. There's a couple others that would be fine, honestly. So I think I'm going to go with lay ministry first, because I think I like the faith and culture here. Really push our faith up. We're up to 28 faith per turn. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, I like it. I'm okay with that. We don't have irrigation yet. Probably should lock out irrigation here soon-ish. About to get churches, although actually, because of the culture drop that we just did, is going to take a little longer. I'm going to move you up to... Actually, I don't know. I want to be hesitant about how many tiles I improve right away until I can get the churches down, because I feel like those are kind of important. No need the irrigation. You know, I'm just going to move you. I'm going to have a builder in each city ready to plop some stuff down here in a few turns. Alright, I went way over my time. Normally I was going to go about 40 minutes on this first episode just to kind of really get us a good foundation. I went 46 in 39 seconds as of now. So we're going to put a cut in there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this start. It's a little rough. I might have preferred more land mass, but plenty of hills. So we'll see how things go. It's going to be very defensive, though. We're going to be able to defend this pretty well with all the cliffs and the choke points and stings. Plus, we're friends with people at the moment. So we add a religion, too. So a few things going really good for us. A few things, again, more land mass would have been a little bit better, but I think we're still going to be okay. We'll find out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And please like this video if you like it, because the first episode of the series is always good to have a few extra likes to help it kind of grow and get out there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.